video, as you can tell from the title, is about being yourself, right? So I'm gonna be rambling quite a bit because that is what I do. So basically, yeah, I've been watching Logan Paul's vlogs. Yeah, I actually kind of like them, I won't lie. And something that's happened is that his friend Mike has started dating former adult film actress Lana Rhoades. And if you're a guy and you heard that name and you want to claim you don't know her, you're lying. Yeah, you're lying. She's number one, fam. Number one. I know damn well I said that name and then your dick got hard and now you're confused because you're like, why is my dick hard but I'm looking at dips? Now we're just in this fucked up situation because you're a liar. Yeah. Piece of shit. Obviously, when she started dating his friend, she started appearing in his vlogs more often. And I feel like she fit in quite well, like quite easily. I guess the reason she fit in quite easily is that from her previous job, she's used to working with a bunch of dicks. No, I'm kidding. I actually like Logan. And I would lie, I kind of like them now, I would lie. I noticed that just like any younger brother would do, Jake Paul has followed his brother's footsteps in making, I guess, somewhat adult-themed content. And his approach is somewhat aggressive, right? More especially considering the fact that he has quite the young audience. Like his core audience is really young. Now, if you look back at his older content, you will notice that there was somewhat of a adult theme based off the titles and the thumbnails, but then that was like always clickbait, you know, just to entice the viewer and make them watch the video. Yeah, but yes, it was still bad because he had a young audience, for sure, but it's not as bad as this.
I should sell my dick.
You would make so much money.
Guys, comment down below if you'd buy my dick.
Guys, slab in this like mold stuff.
Wow.
This is the amount of people that have jerked off to Riley Reid before. This guy is so weird, though. I don't get it. I guess he was tired of making content to solely entertain kids, and now he wants to make content that's more representative of himself and his interests, which I understand. But goddamn, nigga, slow down. Like, you don't just go from it's everyday bro to it's everyday hoe. I don't know. For those of you that don't know anything about Jake Paul, he used to be on a Disney show, right? And despite the fact that he wasn't a Disney star for that long, he seems to be going through what I consider as Disney star syndrome, right? In an attempt to separate themselves from the previous identity, they try to take a hard left and portray themselves as the exact opposite of what they used to be. For example, right, we can take Miley Cyrus, right? She went from portraying the character of Hannah Montana. By day, she's a normal schoolgirl living her normal life, and at night, she puts on a wig and goes on to live her second life as a famous musician, Hannah Montana, right? The show ends, and all of a sudden now she's portraying herself as Miley Cyrus by day, and still Miley Cyrus by night, but this time she doesn't put on a wig. This time, she puts on nothing. And I mean, looking back at it now, I'm like, you know what, full power to you, do what you want, it's your life. But at the time, I was like, goddamn, nigga, slow down. Like, on this other side, we had Demi Lovato. To sum it down, you could simply say Demi Lovato went from camp rock to crack rock. I'm sorry. That's genuinely quite rude. She had a drug problem, and I genuinely hope she's better now. I'm just a cunt. I'm sorry. Yeah, looking at all of this got me thinking, right? Especially as someone that wants to get into, I guess, the entertainment business, it made me realize how important it is to be yourself, more especially at the beginning of your career. Because later, you might be in a difficult situation when people view you in a certain way, but you don't see yourself in the same light. I mean, sure, right? The examples I gave were people acting and reading out a script that someone wrote for them. But unfortunately, we didn't know much about them outside the show. So we expected them to, I guess, behave the same outside the show, which I guess shouldn't be the case, but it is. In like 2013, we had a lot of complaints when the whole Miley Cyrus thing was going on. People were complaining, saying, oh my god, Miley Cyrus is being too sexual or whatever. And even right now, the example of Jake Paul I gave you, people are also complaining that Jake Paul is being too sexual. And I'm also one of those people. But at the same time, I'm trying to look at it like if that's what they want to do, they should be able to do it. But because he spends so much time acting in a certain way to attract a large, yes, but very young audience, being himself now is the problem. It's like being in a relationship with someone who you think is like God sent and it was meant to be in your life, but like a couple of months or a couple of years later you find out they have 3 kids and they used to be a drug dealer. You see, now it's not gonna work out. I guess it could be the same for a relationship between an audience and a content creator. I mean, in the long run, right, when the real you starts coming out, your audience might realize they don't really like it, and then the relationship doesn't work out, and you know, no one wants that, right? And in the situation of Jake Paul, like he could go on and keep making the content he's making, but he will continue to receive criticism because, well, your audience is fucking young, dog. I don't think that young audience wants to see a video of you and your friends getting artificial Riley Reid vaginas.
Riley Reid's vagina and butthole.
That's gonna be all night, bro.
I mean, I'm 22. And I don't want to see that shit. I mean, maybe it's also because I see it enough on my Amazon wish list. I'm kidding. I don't have it on my wish list. I already have it right here. I'm kidding. Okay, this is the box for my camera. Okay, see? That's the camera box. Jesus. I mean, I've also seen a few other YouTubers go through this in the past. For example, KSI in like 2017 disappeared for like 6 months because he felt like he wasn't making content that represented him anymore. Right now, another YouTuber I know called Joe Weller is going through it, and you know, he's having a hard time. As I'm saying these YouTubers' names, I'm starting to think like some of you might not like them or might not know much about them. And I'll be honest, if you like my content, these are the guys you should thank because they played a big part in me being a YouTuber. I don't really know if I'm making my point clear, to be honest. I don't know if I'm making my point clear. I'm just rambling, so I should probably make a conclusion. Basically, I'm just saying we should try and be ourselves from the get-go, right? There's no point in making content that you think people would like that you won't like, because eventually when you start trying to make content that you will like, it's not gonna go down well. Exhibit A, Jake Paul. I mean, like, here's a compilation of the comments from his videos recently.
This is #1 champion sound, yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Set a promoter, we need more seats. We sold out all the floor seats.
Take me on a ride, like to go someday.
We're making content. I feel like the content we make should accurately reflect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that we avoid any future stress like this. But at the same time, there is this big issue of making content when you're young, then eventually growing up and not being the same person that you were when you started making content. So that's a whole different story. Fuck. Anyway, Jesus. I think this video was a bit more serious than I usually make them. But it was really something that was in my head. But yeah, I don't know. Just fucking be yourselves, niggas. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's it for the video. I really don't know if I like made my point clear or I said anything. But it's been your boy Dips. I'll see you guys next week. Like and subscribe. And peace.
That's gonna be all night, bro.